All right, folks, we're starting a new unit. This one's all about circles. And you know what I like to say about circles is that they make the world go round. Just wait for you to stop laughing. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into it. So we have here a circle, just to kind of lay out what the basics of a circle. It really starts with a center point. And then, let's say there's this distance between these 2 points. Well, we're going to pick every point that is this same distance from this center point. So the whole set of points, they're all equidistant from this one center point. That's basically what a circle is made up of. And let's label some parts of our circle. Right here in this, the center, in this case, P is the center of our circle. And some notation that you'll often see is you'll see like a little circle with a little dot in the middle and P. So that means we're referencing circle P. And we've got from A to B, that's going from one end of the circle, then a straight line segment all the way to the other end, passing through the center. That's important. That is called a diameter. So AB is a diameter. And from the center to any one point on the circle, I talk about on the circle, and that's like on the edge of the circle. If I say in the circle, like P is in the circle. Any point in here is in the circle. On the circle is on the edge. Anyways, from P to C, that is called a radius. You knew that. You were probably just shouting it real loudly right now. And next, let's talk about, in this case, let's talk about angle APC. Angle APC is a central angle, right? Where the vertex of the angle is the center. And then we use points on the circle to make up the ends of the angle. So let's go in to this chart right here, because we're going to start talking about arcs. And arcs are basically sections of the circumference of the circle. So for example, this piece right here of the circle would be called an arc. Okay? And we're going to, the arcs are going to be measured in degrees, but we can also talk about arc length. And you'll see pretty soon what that all means, but let's break down the different types of arcs. First of all, a minor arc, well, that's going to be less than 180 degrees. And a semicircle, that's going to be exactly 180. And then a major arc, guess what? It's going to be more than 180 degrees. I went with the greater than symbol right there. So major arcs are greater than 180 degrees. And when we're naming them, for minor arcs, we use 2 endpoints. For semicircles, we use 3 endpoints. Although sometimes I'll see 2 endpoints from semicircles, but I think for the most part we'll go 3. And then 3 endpoints for major arcs as well. And looking at this circle, do we see some minor arcs? For sure. From B to C, that's a minor arc. From A to C, that's also a minor arc. So how do we write them? We'll use the letters, the endpoints. So here A to C, and then we'll make this little umbrella or a little hat. That's one minor arc. And then BC, that's another minor arc. And if you write it as CB, those are the same thing. If you write those 2 letters backwards, that's still the same thing. And what's a semicircle here in this circle? Well, since AB is a diameter, that means this right here is a semicircle, and we'll use these 3 letters, A, C, B. And what about a major arc? So we got to go more than 180 degrees. Remember, from A to C to B, that was 180. How about we go sort of in the other direction, from C to B to A, all the way out there? That's a major arc. That goes more than 180. So CBA hat. And then how do we talk about the measures of these angles? Well, the minor arcs, that'll be equal to the measure of the corresponding, hope you're okay with abbreviations, of the corresponding central angle. And then for semicircles, well, that would just be equal to 180. And again, the same thing for the major arc. It'll be the central angle. So let's get down here to the naming of these arcs. Why don't you go ahead and see if you can pause and try to answer these minor arcs, semicircles, major arcs, and I'll just sit here and wait patiently for you. What, you're done already? Great. Let's go. So what are some minor arcs? I just got so excited I was going to start writing, but let's take a look. Some minor arcs, arcs that are less than 180. I see right here A to D. That's definitely a minor arc. So we've got AD, and I'll just go ahead and list them out. AD, CE, AC, and DE. Again, if you wrote some of these letters backwards, that's okay. That's the same thing. Let's jump down to the semicircles. Well, semicircles, we got to focus on diameters. AE is the diameter, DC is the diameter, and then both sides of both of those diameters. So let's start with the diameter AE, and the corresponding semicircle is going to be AC. Oops, that should be an E. That's an E right there. And then, how about on the other side is ADE. And then let's go to the diameter CD, and we've got CED, that's a semicircle, and then CAD, that's a semicircle as well. And then the major arcs, here it says major arcs that contain point A. There's a bunch of them. Well, let's start with DAE, that's bigger than 180, right? I'm going to just shoot these off real quick. DAE, EDC, CEA, ACD, and then lastly ECD, and I think we've got them. All right, I'm going to stop here and then we'll jump over to the next video.